Hello everybody, my name is Stephen Mathews. I'm the Instructional Technology Specialist here at Reading Area Community College. My presentation is called Training New Instructors in Canvas, both online and face-to-face. I wanted to give you a little overview of my presentation. First, I'm going to talk about a brief history of the new instructor training here at RACC and how we do it for the Canvas training. How we did it from 2015 until the present, which is 2021. Some of the changes we made to the self-paced online training course specifically, and some of the reasons for making the self-paced online course the primary training method. Also, when do we schedule any synchronous meetings? So first, let's go back a few years to when we converted from Angel Learning Management System over to Canvas for our LMS here at RACC. Initially, Instructure assisted with the initial training content, giving group trainings and an online course from Instructure, the company that makes Canvas. So the online self-paced course was called TRA 101 or Training 101, which was called Canvas Instructor Training. And that contained 5 modules and a short quiz in each module. The modules included the following, okay? Import and create your content, build your assignments and activities, organize all course materials, assess assignments and activities, and manage your students and maintain an engaging course presence. So these modules were very broad, okay? They covered everything about Canvas basically, and virtually nothing about our institution, Reading Area Community College. So there was a revision to this self-paced online course in 2016, which became TRA 102, or the Canvas Introductory Instructor Training. And this is based on instructor feedback about that initial training rollout from Instructure. Each of those modules I mentioned previously had a quiz attached to them. And so we revised those quizzes as well to reflect the adjusted content. And so in the revised course, we were going through the 5 modules, putting them through the 5 modules, including the Canvas interface, using modules to organize your content, creating content based on modules. We emphasize the modules a lot. Graded items and speed grader, of course, how do you grade things in Canvas, and RACC-specific content. So that final module addresses a missing component to the original training, which is RACC specific content, such as, what is required for you to put into your course. We require the syllabus, we require some institutional information, the various student services, and things like that. So this Training 102, it also reduced the number of outcomes from the original training to only 5. So we wanted the instructors to recognize the components of the Canvas interface, summarize the advantages of using modules, right, to organize content, create the appropriate types of content within a course, identify the ways Canvas can display grades and student feedback on assignments, and identify RACC-specific course resources, right? So in 2019, we wanted to revise it again, right? Because we were noticing that we still had people signing up for these group trainings, because we offered group trainings in addition to the online self-course, and people could choose whether or not they wanted to do this self-paced online course, or if they wanted to come in to our office in the Teaching and Learning Center and do a 2-hour training in person, which is also very comprehensive, right? Now, the advantage of the self-paced course is that instructors can do it on their own, right? And take their time going through the modules. But some people wanted to, come in for a formal meeting and go through the course with me. So we wanted to see, okay, how can we get instructors to use the training course more? So we noticed that some of the assessments, or all the assessments in the training course, were quizzes, right? And focused very much on Canvas features and vocabulary, and kind of recalling the Canvas features and testing their memory of what Canvas is about, right? So we need to revise this to help them set up their course. Okay, that was one of the things that was missing from the online self-paced course, and probably one of the reasons people wanted to come in, especially if they were insecure with technology and using things on the web and things like that. So we revised it to include ways that instructors could set up their course, and through specific assignments. So we came up with Training 103, Canvas Fundamentals for Instructors, which launched in fall 2019. And so to assist instructors with setting up their course, we added an additional outcome. Identify additional Canvas features for efficiently managing your course. So it puts the responsibility on the instructors to really get their hands on with Canvas and use the features, right? And show us that they are using the features. So the 5-module structure was also revised and actually streamlined a little bit. So we talked about getting started with Canvas, using modules, and adding content. It's very active in this case, and as opposed to passively remembering the vocabulary and terminology. Adding graded items, right? Instead of learning about the speed grader and what the speed grader is, it's just called adding graded items, which mentions the speed grader, and but also how the gradebook is connected to the assignments and so on. And then we have this important module, the 4th one, called Add-ons and Textbook Publisher Tools, right? Because we have a lot of faculty who use textbook publishers as the LTIs in their Canvas course. And we have, directions on how they can set that up, right? We can't really assist them too much with that, but we have directions and resources in there to direct them to the Pearson site or the McGraw-Hill site, and so that they can get that set up for their students. So all 5 of these modules also contain a conceptual quiz, just like before, but crucially, we added these 4 assignments. Show us that you've added a profile picture, for example, and take a screenshot of that, of the user settings area, and submit that to an assignment. Submit that screenshot. So all 4 of these assignments actually involves taking a screenshot from the instructor's course and submitting that to the training course's assignments. Another one is importing the base content from the Commons. We have a Commons course in our instance of Canvas that is a template, basically. It closes off all the navigational links for them and gives them a nice homepage that says, directs students to the modules area, right? So we want them to import that and then add their syllabus document to the first module and take a screenshot of that. And so they are working with the Commons, they're working with modules, they're working with uploading files, all within that assignment. The next one is actually setting up an assignment. So we want them to create an assignment, and we want them to work with the gradebook as well with that. So we have directions on creating an assignment, how that is connected to the gradebook. It adds a column in the gradebook by setting up an assignment. And we also want them to move the total column to the left-hand side, right next to the student names. It's called move the total column to the front, right? So that way they're working with the gradebook. We need a screenshot of the gradebook. And then we give them a choice, right? These are the Canvas add-ons, right? Set up your textbook publisher link, right? Pair your textbook with the McGraw-Hill or Pearson link. Set up a web conference. Make a video in Canvas Studio and show us your studio library. Use the roll call attendance. Set that up. And we have directions for each of these in the course. Edit your syllabus page, right? Include information about when you're available to students, especially in online classes. And one of my favorite ones is put announcements on the home page, right? Show us that you know where that setting is and submit a screenshot of that. So this makes it more active, gives them more tasks to do, but they're simple tasks. We give them resources to do that, and it sets up their course in the process. It doesn't seem like it's an added extra thing to, I have to learn Canvas now, right? So you're learning Canvas through using Canvas and setting up your course. So that way you're killing two birds with one stone, so to speak, by letting the instructor use the training course to help them set up their course. And so that's basically applying the Canvas concepts in this asynchronous online training course as an alternative to meeting face-to-face or through Zoom, in this case, for in 2021 environment of COVID-19, right? So the direct instruction, this is kind of a flipped learning model, right? The direct instruction comes from the online course. It doesn't come from the trainer or the teacher, right? We have the information in the online course, right? And so the responsibility shifts to the new instructor to reach out with follow-up questions, okay? And so in spring 2020, this was the first semester that we did not offer the 2-hour in-person group trainings. The demand for them had honestly gone down significantly by that time, and we had this great self-paced online course that allows the trainer, which is me, to monitor the progress, provide feedback on those screenshot assignments, and it expedites the onboarding process. So especially if there's a late hire situation, right? So here we have 2021 again, with our COVID-19 restrictions still in place for in-person meetings, right? It's crucial to have a well-designed online training course for instructors, for new instructors especially, and any instructor that wants to review some of the updates for Canvas, such as the gradebook policies and things like that are recent as the past year or so. So we've experienced faster onboarding times, and we can accommodate those late hires, as I said. Moreover, in just 2 academic years, we have already trained more instructors, 137, with this new Training 103 course than the previous version did in just 3 years. So we only got through 120 because some of them wanted to still come in person. But now we have this well-designed course that takes them through the tasks of setting up the course, which is what they needed to do. It's very practical. And then they follow up with us with any questions. So I just wanted to show you briefly the course that is called Training 103. Okay, this is a self-paced course. It has the requirements on the modules, such as viewing the pages and submitting the assignments, such as add a profile picture, scoring at least a 7 out of 10 on the quizzes for each module. So let me collapse the modules here. And you'll see we have getting started with Canvas, using the modules, and adding content, adding grading items, the add-ons, and the RACC institutional information. So briefly, we still have the conceptual vocabulary-based tutorials for Canvas features, right? That's crucial to knowing how it works. And we have a quiz for that. We also want them to add a profile picture, which is actually required by the administration at RACC. Then we're moving into the modules area. Of course, hiding course navigation links that are unused, which can be confusing to students if you have that open. And then importing the base content from the Commons and adding your syllabus. Okay, so let's take a look at that one really quick. We have different types of instructors. We have credit instructors, we have non-credit instructors, so we actually have two different types of course templates. And we have a video here that shows them exactly what we want them to do. This is a studio video and the directions as well. So take a screenshot of the modules page because we want to see the module with that RACC student resources or the institutional student resources page that comes over from the Commons with the course, as well as the syllabus document. Okay, so the syllabus document is a practice for them to upload a file to the module. Okay, so we also have these handy references to how to take a screenshot, which is very important as well to give these resources to the new instructors. Okay, so if we go back to the modules, we can see some of the other assignments here, such as graded items. Right, we also have some institutional information about submitting the official midterm and final grades, and then setting up your first assignment. We want to see a screenshot here of the gradebook area. So moving, as I said previously, moving the total point column to the front. So we have some directions here as well. Now, some teachers will have content already given to them in their course, if it's blueprinted, for example. And so then we just want to see their gradebook and with the total column to the front. But other teachers don't have any content yet, so we want them to create an assignment, right, with points. And then take a screenshot, show us the connection between the gradebook column and the assignment that you just created. And then in the fourth module here, we have kind of a hodgepodge here of different Canvas items, such as Studio, web conferences, the syllabus as a navigation link, the course settings, where you have the course dates and things like that you can manage. So here's when we give them a choose your own adventure type of assignment, right? Connect your textbook tool to your course, create a video, put announcements on the home page, as I mentioned previously. So this is really fun to get a different variety of submissions from the instructors. So that's just a quick preview of our training course here at RACC. When they get to the end, they have a accumulating quiz here about RACC specific information. And then I put a note here that, please write an email to myself, Stephen Mathews, upon completing this course to let me know that you finished, of course, and to ask any questions. Okay, so that's their opportunity to ask any questions. If they do want to set up a Zoom meeting or meet in person, we can do that. But hopefully they got everything out of the training course that they need, at least to get started. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I welcome any questions you have. I look forward to seeing all the other videos for Canvas Magic.